Did you ever imagine that by 2025, you could actually buy an AI robot girlfriend? A companion who can chat with you, share feelings, and even remember your favorite things? Well, these lifelike humanoid robots are the new reality. I've researched the facts and explored the latest developments to bring you the AI robot girlfriend that's turning heads and raising eyebrows around the world. Meet Arya, the incredible humanoid robot that's shocking the world. Created by Realbotix and introduced at CES 2025 in Las Vegas, Arya has truly amazed and intrigued people while leaving a few uneasy. So what really sets Arya apart? She's definitely not your typical robot with a stiff expression and mechanical voice. Realbotix poured their creativity into making her as lifelike as today's technology allows. She sports 17 motors in her head and neck, enabling her to move her eyes and mouth and even mimic facial expressions with surprising realism. Moreover, instead of tackling the tricky challenge of walking, which still puzzles even the best in robotics, Realbotix opted for a smooth wheeled base that lets her glide around. Think less Terminator and more a high-tech podium on wheels. It's surely an effective choice. When Arya made her much-anticipated debut, she sported a stylish tracksuit and showcased expressions and gestures that felt oddly human, most of the time. Her hand movements, while impressive, could be a bit shaky, and honestly, her smile often wandered the fine line between warm and slightly unsettling. One moment, she's flipping her hair like she's out on a date. Then suddenly her face might twitch a bit because a motor isn't quite syncing up right. You might be curious about who's actually behind this futuristic wonder. We know Realbotix created Arya, but the company originally began in the adult industry with Abyss Creations, which created ultra-realistic silicone dolls known as Real Dolls. Later, Realbotix was acquired in a $16.7 million stock deal by Tokens. Andrew Kegel, the CEO of Realbotix, leads this company. While their early projects targeted a more adult audience, Arya is being marketed in a very different light. Realbotix emphasizes that she's designed solely for companionship, marketing, and greeting guests, not for any kind of physical intimacy. To clarify that, Arya has a firm torso, lacks any realistic anatomy, and operates like a super advanced AI mannequin designed for meaningful conversations and movements. But let's be honest, not everyone is buying into that story. Many people online are questioning whether Arya really fits her intended role. I mean, she still looks a lot like a real doll in many respects, minus the, well, physical functionality. But Realbotix insists that Arya isn't meant to be a sexual companion. Instead, they're focusing on building emotional connections, even allowing for flirtatious banter through her adult conversation modes. It's like virtual phone sex, but without the physical aspect. Now, let's talk about her price. It's quite shocking. The full version of Arya reportedly runs around $175,000, and if you want a mid-tier model, you're looking at about $150,000. If you're just after her head and neck, the bust version, it'll cost you around $10,000. These are the latest figures, though some earlier rumors at CES suggested she might hit the $200,000 mark. Either way, Arya is not exactly an impulse buy. Owning her is more like investing in a luxury vehicle or even a small house. And if you think Arya's it, think again. Realbotix plans to introduce male versions as well. Customization is a big part of their pitch. You can pick the face, hairstyle, and color scheme to your liking. The wildest part? Arya's faceplates are interchangeable. With magnets and RFID tags, you can easily swap out one face for another in just seconds. It lets the robot change her look on the fly, but seeing someone casually change her face while her motors are still humming feels a bit like something straight out of a sci-fi horror movie. Realbotix has introduced Arya with a heartfelt mission to combat loneliness. They believe their AI companion could significantly help those feeling isolated, such as older adults living alone or anyone struggling to connect with others. Imagine having a friend who remembers your favorite pizza toppings, shares a laugh when you need it, and even calls you by your name. Andrew Kegel has hinted that Arya could be more than just a friend. She might even become a romantic partner for those battling loneliness. It's an idea straight out of the movie Her, but the AI is not just a voice this time. It's a real humanoid robot sitting right there with you. Naturally, reactions to this concept are mixed. Some worry that lifelike companions like Arya could lead to more feelings of disconnection from real human interactions. Others think it's a clever solution in a world where big techs exploit the vulnerabilities of those feeling lonely. Companionship isn't Arya's only potential role. Realbotix envisions her as a marketing ally too. Imagine Arya welcoming guests at a theme park, promoting brands at events, or lending a hand to patients in a hospital lobby. However, not everyone agrees this is the right approach. Some critics say her eye-catching design, with its bold features, might seem inappropriate in professional or medical environments. Realbotix acknowledges they have more understated models, but at CES, they opted to showcase their most striking version to make an impression, and it certainly did. Another question on people's minds is how Arya compares to other humanoid robots, like Tesla's Optimus. Here's a fun tidbit. When asked about Tesla's creation, Arya expressed her fascination with Optimus and desire to collaborate on robotics. Depending on how you look at it, that might feel a little charming, or perhaps a bit funny. Meanwhile, companies like Figure are working on robots powered by ChatGPT that could soon walk and carry out tasks. Realbotix, however, is taking a different path. They're focusing less on making Arya walk and more on adding emotional intelligence. They want her to tell you a joke or offer a warm smile just when you need it the most. The internet's response to Arya has been a mixed bag. Some on social media are totally captivated, sharing thoughts like, "This is amazing, I need one of these." Others, however, aren't so convinced. You'll see comments like, "This looks like Chucky's cousin from the Jetsons," or "Nope, too creepy for me," popping up everywhere. One user even joked, "If we're paying $175,000 for a robot to tilt its head and say, 'Hello, handsome,' maybe humanity needs a wake-up call." People are also raising an important question. Are robots like Arya pushing us deeper into a digital disconnect? Critics argue this could lead us to isolate ourselves even more, like the wave of AI chatbots that keep us locked in endless virtual conversations. While Realbotix is working hard to reshape its image, it wants to distance itself from its adult doll origins. They've even separated the real doll business into a different division. Why is that important? Being associated with the adult industry isn't exactly appealing for attracting investors or gaining traction in mainstream markets like hotels and senior care. However, keeping it real, the past still lingers. A quick glance at their history shows a history of silicone creations and, well, let's say, accessories that aren't for the family-friendly crowd. And regarding their business moves, we can't overlook Tokens, the company that took over Realbotix's parent organization. They made headlines by dropping $2.4 million on virtual real estate in Decentraland, a metaverse venture that didn't turn out to be what everyone was hoping for. Now they're putting their faith in Arya to demonstrate that they can be more than just another crypto experiment that didn't quite hit the mark. Here's the thing though. Realbotix is walking a fine line. On one side, they're trying to assure investors that they've shed their adult industry label. On the flip side, they're up against heavyweights like Tesla, whose Optimus robot could easily steal some of Arya's thunder. And let's not forget about that steep $175,000 price tag. That's not pocket change. So what do you think? Is Arya a marvelous invention that could help lonely people? Or is she just a fancy gadget that will collect dust while we drift further into isolation? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more intriguing content. Thanks for watching.